Hello, this is Carolyn from Carolyn's Paper Therapy, and today I'm working on a little project that was a part of the craft room um, projects for members of the craft room from Shabby Art Boutique. This was meant to be, or designed to be, tags, and they were attached onto a ring and decorated all up, and I decided I wanted to make a little booklet for embroidery needles and cross-stitch needles. So it'll be kind of like a little journal, and I've used the tags as the pages. So I want to show you, I didn't do a tutorial because I couldn't figure out exactly how I was going to do it. So I'll do my best to describe to you how I put this together. And so here we go. This is my little booklet that I've put together, and I haven't decorated it yet, so I'm just wanting to show you the basics of it. This piece and this piece were included in the kit, and I used, let's see, I used the tags for the pages, and instead of, like this was 2 tags that I think were probably meant to be folded in this way, and I folded them in the other way and glued these tags back to back all the way through to make a little booklet. And so when I got to the back, to the front and the back, I took one of the sets of tags and cut it apart and glued it on the blank part. So we ended up with all these pages, and on some of the tags were shaped differently. So what I did was, when I put them together, I inked the part that would show there and made this into a pocket. So these with the scallop tops are pockets at the top. There's 4 of those. And then I had to create a spine, and I did not make it quite large enough, but it's okay. This is the first one I did, and I learned from it. I should have given a little more room here, but I took a piece of let's see. Wait a minute. I got to tell you, I backed this piece here. I backed with the pink, and the same in the back. This was from another kit of hers, and I just used one of the pink papers. Then I took this piece, this stripe piece, that was a part of the kit, and I glued it so that it made pockets on the front and the back. Then I had to attach these pages onto the covers. So I decided to use these thread spools as a to connect it on. So half of it is glued on here, half of it is here. So it's created kind of a hinge, plus it's decorative. And I did the same thing in the back. The only problem was my spine wasn't quite large enough, so this page doesn't act just right, but it's okay. It's still going to be beautiful. So these I used to create a hinge to attach the pages onto the cover. So let me just flip through right quick so you can see it before I decorate it. When I come back, I'll have it decorated and we'll do a flip through. There's lots of little ephemera with this kit, and I'll add laces and ribbons and things. So here's a pocket. Some beautiful pages here. This is a pocket. This was kind of an envelope that was put in the kit, and I just glued down these sides right here, so it has a pocket here and here. This page has the pocket at the top. This is the center. I think the center is where I'm going to put my needles, and there's a button card that I want to put in here. Here's some more pockets. More beautiful pages. And this is the last page with the pocket at the back and the spool of the hinge. And there's the back side. So I'm gonna, hopefully that explained it well enough. If you wanted to make something like this, I've seen several journals where the pages are back to back like this, and it makes a nice little journal, and the pages are nice and thick. Let me give you the measurements on this just so you'll have it for reference. This is right at 3.5 by 5. So it makes a handy little booklet, and my idea is to, I will display it, and also in this video at the end, I've done a lot of counter cross stitch, and I'm going to show you pictures of those counter cross stitch at the end, just to share a little bit about myself. I would much rather have art like that on my walls, handmade artwork, either through the paper things that we make here, my counter cross stitch, my mother's needlepoint, those kind of things I treasure on my walls, much more than a print of a picture. So I'll share that at the end, but I'm going to go away now and decorate this whole thing and come back and flip through for you. I'll be back soon. Okay, I'm back, and I've decorated my, what I'm calling my Shabby needle book. And I love the way it turned out. I hope you'll enjoy watching the flip through. I've just tied it closed with this flat lace. And I'll take that off first so you can see what I've done. On the cover, I just have added some hand-dyed lace, antique lace down the edge, a little bit of cheesecloth, and one of the pretty roses. I used this lace. I'm pretty sure this came from Hobby Lobby, and I just kind of wrapped it around the edge to enforce the spine and finish off the spine. And then I added a little pear clip with some lace and some little sewing charms and a ribbon. Okay, let's see what's inside. Remember, I hinged the book together with this thread bobbin, and I've just added in a couple of little tags here. This was a piece that was twice the size to wrap thread around, but I cut it in half just to make a tag. The only thing I didn't do on this that I wish I had was print on the back, and I didn't, but it could have been printed on the back with this pale pink, and everything would have been finished on the back. But I'm still happy with it. The idea for this is to be able to store your needles, but also it could be used as a small journal, maybe some notes you want to make on a pattern that you're using or something like that. So I left a little space for writing, and then all the tags can be written on. This little lace here came from Amazon, and it's a nice little delicate flat lace that can be used to decorate your pages with lace but not bulk it up too much. These pages were decorative, so I left them as they were. I just added lace at the top here, and some buttons and a bow and some cheesecloth up here in the corner. This page is the one that had the envelope, and I've stuffed all the pockets and decorated the front of the envelope with I had cut up a top that I got at a Goodwill store that had a lot of eyelet lace and other lace on it, and so that's just a piece from that top to layer this. And this says embroidery needles, and this little thing said embroidery needles. You could actually stick some needles in there if you had embroidery needles, which I will probably get I don't have all the needles that are featured here. This is another little tag that's included in the kit. And the ones that I didn't use, the different kinds of needle tags, I left these in here because you could actually get your needles and poke them in on this, or make a little tag and add your needles in there. And then the tag at the top here is one of those kind of pointed looking tags that came in the kit, and I had to cut the width down on it, and I added the rows at the top. Over here I added, this is the other end of this right here, and I just made a pocket out of it, added one of the pretty roses and chenille needles, and these are actually chenille needles. I just had this little tag, so I tied a ribbon at the top, and used some of that lace to stick the needles through, and then glued it at the top and bottom. This is so pretty with the ladies quilting, but I thought that looked so pretty there, and then the needles can go right down in this pocket. Okay, what I did over here was I wanted to have cross stitch needles and embroidery needles in here for myself if I wanted to keep this. So this is where we'll put the needles, whatever kind that they are. And I don't know, I forgot to show you over here if this is a pocket, one of those scallop top tags, and I put one of the little thread holders in there as a tag. My idea is to just fasten the needles in here and you have them handy. This is the button card that came in the kit, and I had to cut it down to fit in here, but I actually, believe it or not, sewed the buttons on there. I have a button box that I grabbed a bunch of buttons out of. These were so sweet, I thought this would be nice for making some little notes, and I used that thin lace on here. Each of these pages has a pocket. Here's another one of those spools, and then over here I used that, I did the same thing as the other. I just added a rose at the top of that point. The delicate lace again on the sides. They look like they were dreaming, and these look like stars, so I just thought that kind of went really nice with that. Looks like moon and stars. This here, I use the tag cross stitch needles, and this is where I'll put the cross stitch needles when I get them. I layered on some lace and the sewing machine and the tape measure, and added lace at the top. And I forgot to say, these came, they fold in half. And so I stuck the fabric up inside there and stapled it, and then I glued the top down, and then I glued the whole thing to the page. This is the ruffle part off of that shirt. I think I ended up not using the lace that I cut off of the sleeve, but I'll use it on something else. Okay, this is my wonky page back here, but it's okay. This can be written on here as some more of that little lace, our spool hinge. And in this pocket here, I have a couple of the different types of needle little signs here that could be used. And the embroidery hoop. There's some embroidery. And quilt needles with the rose, and I figured the quilt needles could be actually put through here. Or you could take a piece of fabric like I did on the other and glue it to the back and put the needles on the back. And there's the back side. So this is all finished, ready for me to load up with the needles. I'll have to order some needles because I don't have what I need to go in there, and I really want to fill it up so that it can be either used by me or someone else. And I have a little sewing machine that my granddaddy gave me when I was a little girl. It's an antique toy sewing machine. And I'm gonna take a picture of this with that. So I think you'll want to make sure that you stay through the end to see that picture. I appreciate you watching, and remember, I'm going to take a few pictures of my cross-stitch pictures that I've made and tag those on the end, just so you can see some of the things that I've made. I go through phases. I did kind of cross-stitch for a long time. I did folk art painting for many years, country painting, that kind of thing. I've done these paper crafts. I crochet and knit. And regular embroidery, a lot of handwork. My mother does those kinds of things, and I guess she influenced me to be interested in those. So I'm really enjoying the paper crafts right now, and I need to do it for a long time because I have enough supplies to last the rest of my life. Just like I still have counted cross-stitch kits that would fill up the rest of my life also. I just love to craft, and it's very comforting to me to be able to create something beautiful. And I've enjoyed this particularly because I discovered that I could do the YouTube videos and actually share what I've done with people. And since I don't have a shop anymore and that kind of thing, this is a way for me to share, plus make a record of what I've made. And I really, really enjoy making the videos for you, and I hope you enjoy them. So just remember, every day is a gift. Look for the joy in each day. Share it with everyone you meet along the way. It's just a tough world out there, and we all need people to care about us and show us love in any way they can. So remember the pictures at the end, and I'll be back with a new project very soon. See you soon.